What is up, my friends, and welcome to Studio De Heffrey. I am your friendly local YouTuber of the Dallas Cowboys content, Jeff Kavanaugh. It's nice to see you. That's me. Welcome. We're going to talk about Dallas Cowboys OTAs. There's all sorts of stuff going on. People who weren't there, people who were there, who's getting what snaps, etc., etc., all the things. Welcome to your Cowboys news of the day, the not D, the Cava news, if you will, the Cava news. This presentation brought to you by my friends at Melon. Of course, you can see the cap on my head. MELIN is how you spell it. Melon.com/Cowboys. And you can get 30% off your purchase. We're coming up on the last week of that deal. They don't offer discounts very often, so take advantage of that. It's badass. You see it. Look at that. Built for the water. Doesn't lose shape if you take it in the water. Floats if it gets dropped. Built to last 5 times longer than any other hat. That's my boys at Melon. What's good, everybody? What is good? Yeah, get a melon for your melon. Look at that. Yeah. I like that a lot. So all sorts of things going on. Somebody in the chat just said, what's going on with OSA? Because there are a few guys that when the media was out there for Cowboys OTAs were not present. One of them was Oso Digizua. And it's like, oh no, what's going on there? And it is a hip issue, expected to be a full go for training camp. But Michael Gelkin, beat writer for the Morning News, about 8 minutes ago, said that was a hip issue. Okay. Jeff, you're interrupting KT Fun tweets around the sports segment. Crap. Didn't mean to. And I don't know when the chicken wing tutorial vid is dropping, but I can get you hooked up on a chicken wing recipe. It'll make you really happy. Make all your friends happy as well. So all sorts of stuff going on. I will start with Cowboys offensive line. You want news on the Cowboys offensive line? Tyler Guyton, your first round pick, back up. Cooper Beebe, third round pick, back up. Welcome to OTAs in the month of May. Press the Kavanaugh button. I already did. But I can do it again. Not to be alarmed that your first round pick is not working as your first left tackle when you're in OTAs in May. We don't worry about it right now. We don't worry about it at all. Although I would say I don't think it serves literally anyone that Chuma Edoga is the guy getting all of the snaps at left tackle with the first team, because what's the point? You know what he is. He's been doing this for quite a while at a low level. He ain't getting any better at anything. It's not anything new in the offense. So while this is the way that people like to do things in football, it's like, yeah, the youngster's got to earn it. That's your starter right there. Chuma Edoga is your starter. No, he's not. He had a whole ass Chaz Green game last year. So like, should you be alarmed? No, because this is what they do. What they do is they let the veterans go first and pretend that rookies have to earn everything. And so Chuma Edoga on May 22nd is your starting left tackle, and Brock Hoffman is your starting center here on May the 22. Now, the Brock Hoffman one, who cares? That's fine. Like, that's an actual position battle that's going to happen. Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass, Cooper Beebe, all those guys are going to actually compete to be the starting center. So if you want to defer to the guy who has worked there and has been here over the third round pick, that's fine. That one's cool. Chuma Edoga, it's not alarming because it's what they do. It's dumb because there's no point. What are we hoping we're going to see? Nothing. What new thing is he learning? Nothing. So the first round pick should be in there. But that's just not the way they do crap, which is dumb. First team running back reps, Zeke and Rico. Jalen Tolbert and Brooks are guys getting the first team reps at wide receiver. And seeing some of the quotes out there, I would anticipate, or I guess we could break the news that Jalen Tolbert is a guy that the Cowboys are thinking, hoping, expecting can continue to make a leap. I did see a thing yesterday on the internet that gave me a little bit of concern, and it's the list of guys with 25 catches or less in their first 2 years as a wide receiver, like in the last 8 years or whatever, and what they've gone on to do. And you are asking Jalen Tolbert to do something that basically no one does, which is for 2 years not be very productive at all, not have much of an opportunity, and then become somebody. Pretty damn rare in the NFL. And then Jalen Brooks, year 2. All right, let's go scrap it out. Let's go scrap it out. Chuma's getting his ass whooped already. I saw my buddy Vach Lombardi saying that Marshawn Nealon's already out there slapping him around a little bit. No, Chuma's not good. I don't like doing that stuff, though. He's a real person. Yes, he blew assignments. Yes, he gave up, 4 sacks in a game and 8 pressures. So it's just whatever. You have to have guys on the roster that can play football. If the guys that you'd rather have out there aren't available, there's only so many people who are capable of being on an NFL roster as an offensive tackle. It's a super hard job. And by God, Chuma Edoga is apparently in the top 100 in the world at it. But you don't want him on the field. That's not something you want. Mozzie Smith not out there. He's rehabbing a shoulder injury. Somebody asked Mike McCarthy about what weight they want Mozzie Smith at, and he was like, I don't even talk about my own weight. I'm not going to talk about Mozzie Smith's weight. And why would he? Still need to add a nose tackle somewhere, unless we're just hoping and praying that there is a 7th-round pick or a UDFA or Carl Davis. One of these guys is going to be a dude for the Dallas Cowboys. No. Can we cut Schoonmaker already? No. We can't cut him. But, oh, yeah, you want to know the guy that wasn't out there today? Scooney wasn't out there. Luke Schoonmaker not on the field. Why not? Hamstring injury. Had shoulder surgery this offseason as well. And he also, last year was a foot injury when he missed spring. So he's probably going to miss all of OTAs with the hamstring. He's a hurt guy. He's a hurt guy. That's not great. It's not great to have hurt guys, but they got other dudes that can play tight end. If he's a miss, and he certainly appears to be a miss so far, then I'm not going to have a celebration that Luke Schoonmaker isn't going to make it when I didn't like the draft pick. We're just going to go, all right. Jeff, you were all high on Tolbert. Why are you tripping? I'm just going off of the history of the NFL. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I don't know if I can in real time. It was from a day or two ago. And I hope I hit like on it so that maybe I could find it. But it was, here we go. Look at me go. This is from Yaya Dubin, NFL at CBS. He was talking about you're expecting a jump from a wide receiver. So every wide receiver drafted rounds 2 through 4 since 2015. That's 9 years. That had less than 25 catches in their first 2 seasons. And he lists every single one of those players. And if you are looking for one that has been productive, the best shot you got here, I think I can share screen for you guys. Let's see. Present, share screen. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Bam. That's the list of dudes in the last decade or so that were drafted rounds 2 through 4, had less than 25 catches in their first 2 seasons. You're asking, if you think Jalen Tolbert's going to be a dude, you're asking him to be the only dude to fit that criteria. Next closest you're going to get is, who's a dude on there? Tutu Atwell? Not a list you want to be on, but that's that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get that out of the way now. Goodbye. Remove. Who do you have more faith in, Tolbert or reach for the Sky Moore? Yeah, Sky Moore just needs a good quarterback. Poor guy had to go to Kansas City, and they just don't have a good enough quarterback for it. We all get stuff wrong. They asked Dak about the other teams having success. When are they going to press Jerry and Steven about that? What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to – let's not have a Ted Cruz moment with the tabs. What did Ted Cruz have open? I hope that doesn't happen with my tabs. But I don't have anything embarrassing open. I got bank accounts and stuff, but you don't see that. You just see. I hope you don't see that. I don't know. It's not like I have any money. I'm unemployed. I need y'all to give me money. I need somebody to give me money. I'm a YouTuber. My buddy Patrik Walker at Voice of the Star on Twitter, he did a great job of, here, we're going to share, let's share this tab. Let's get Patrick's shine on, because I think he did an outstanding job. I love guys who just get to the point and slap you with everything you need and nothing that you don't need, and just put it all in one place for you. So present. No. Not, what does this stop screen? Okay. Yeah. Present, share screen. Share screen. Patrik, share. All right. Hopefully that's not showing you anything that you don't need to see in this world. And I don't even know if you can see it all that well. Depends, I guess, how big of something you're watching on. But we can rip through it. Zeke and Rico, solid splits on first team. Beebe and Guyton with the second team to begin OTAs. Chuma Edoga and Brock Hoffman with the first team. Tolbert and Brooks, first team reps at receiver. Turpin, first team. Deep fade from Dak. Turpin, heavily targeted in 7-on-7s with Dak. Flournoy, that is your rookie receiver. Quickness in and out of breaks is lethal. Trey Lance, several well-placed throws and full team reps, including in traffic over the middle. Nealand won several reps versus first team O-line. That probably means Chuma Edoga. Leufau rotating between first and second team. Kalen Carson, 5th-round pick, my guy, corner. All his reps were as a boundary corner, which is what he was mostly in college. Doesn't mean he can't play the slot in the NFL. Means that that's not really what he did in college, and that's cool. Bam, look at that, knocking more stuff out. So those are your newsy things. I would say this is the wide receiver group. It's something I've never really understood, and I'll ask Brian Broaddus about tomorrow. About 9 a.m. we record, then I upload it, so probably like 9:30 is when you'll get it. What is it about Kavontae Turpin that just doesn't work at wide receiver? Uh-oh. My monitor went out. I hope that doesn't mean that my stream went out. I hope we're still streaming. Like, what is it about Kavontae Turpin that they won't put him on the field more at wide receiver? How is he not a bigger threat to an NFL defense than anybody else that they're running out as their third wide receiver? How is it not Turpin? I just don't know. They know things we don't know. Most of the times when there's a guy that we all look at on the outside and we're like, that guy should be playing. That guy's better than whoever. Usually there is a reason, but I'm not familiar with it. Someone asked Broaddus tomorrow, how is it possible that with where they are in their wide receiver room right now, that Kavontae Turpin's not viewed as a viable, that's the third guy to be a wide receiver in this offense? Who's more explosive than him that's going to be in there? Who's a bigger threat when he lines up? Kavontae Turpin or Jalen Tolbert? Kavontae Turpin or Jalen Brooks? Kavontae Turpin or Ryan Flournoy? The answer is Kavontae Turpin. And so I just don't know. I just don't know. What do voluntary mean? Yeah, that's why CeeDee and Micah aren't there, because what do voluntary mean? And ain't nobody worried about either one of them. You can see CeeDee Lamb videos. He's working out. He's in shape. He's good at football. He's going to be fine. It's not a new offense. Micah Parsons, in a perfect world, I'd love Micah Parsons to be there just because new defense. But also, Micah Parsons knows what he's doing, and he knows what he needs to do for his body to get ready for a football season. I'd like for his body to hold up longer throughout a football season, but he knows what he's doing to try to get ready. With a new defensive coordinator, with new things that you're going to do schematically, I'd love to have every defensive player there. I also like the idea that when your best / most important players aren't at voluntary things, it just means that the young guys get to be in there more. And that's great. That's fine. We like that. Let Nealand get a bunch of snaps. If you're going to fart around with Parsons at linebacker some, let other guy, Overshone's not out there, but let Leufau get snaps. Let other dudes who will serve more get on the field and get some work in. We like that. At least Dak showed up. Yeah, Dak's the leader of the football team. Dak will show up to stuff. Honestly, if people are going to miss because they're not happy they don't have a contract done, Dak would be the one who has the biggest and best case to not show up. And I don't know. Was it last month, his comments where he's like, look, I could be a Cowboy in the future. I could be somewhere else in the future. Like, he's now putting on the indifferent face because they're doing the contract thing. And that's what you do. You both say stuff to negotiate in the media. He's the one that if he wanted to, he would be like, why would I come to that? It's voluntary. Why would I come to that? I want a contract. He's the one who's in the biggest position to do that, but he's also the leader of the team. The other guys aren't. Is that okay to say that the other guys aren't? Because they're not. But that's okay, right? Yeah, that's fine. Dak panics if his first read is covered. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. Not going to spend a lot of time on anything that people say about Dak, especially if it's just totally made up. The Cowboys offense was at its best last year after Dak's first read when he escaped because his offensive line wasn't very good. Your offense was really, really good again, and your quarterback was an all-pro despite having one good wide receiver and average protection. So obviously that you're just making that up, which is fine. It's sports. You can make up whatever you want. Who am I to judge you? 88 is soft. Oh, he's not soft. He's really, really good at football. He's just not a leader, and that's okay. Not everybody in their 20s when they were in college was double majoring in human psychology and workforce leadership. If you wanted me to lead people at the age of, what is CeeDee now, 25, 26, boy, you'd have a poorly led football team. Mike isn't the leader of the defense. He's too busy sumo wrestling. No, he's just not. He just doesn't have leadership traits. He leads himself, and he does fine. He works hard. He's really good at football. But no, like this, it's not like he's leading these guys. No. This is it tour for Dak. This might be the this is it tour for Dak. It might be the this is it tour for Dak, McCarthy, Zimmer, every damn body. It might be. I'd still be surprised if it was for Dak. But that's why their offseason's been so weird. It's been so weird. It's just been weird. Like, what? Because if and when they don't move on from Dak, this offseason just looks even more weird. Right? When they sign him either in training camp or after this season, even though he hits the open market and he still wants to be a Cowboy and they sign him to his long-term deal, maybe they'll tell you that sets them up for their cap in the future the way that they wanted to. They'll be like, well, okay, but you mailed in 2024. You mailed in trying to get better at 2024. If you are going to try to sign him and you are going to sign him, you should have already done it. Then you would have had lots of money to play with to try to add players, but they didn't want to. It's all very iffy. It's all very iffy. People in here watch too much ESPN. Yeah, they don't have anything to tell y'all. Not anything insightful anyway. So yeah, that's your stuff. Trey Lance, Dak was really positive about him today. He was really, really nice talking about that dude. Everything that I'm seeing is positive. I saw Patrick Walker on Twitter, no C in Patrik there, saying that at the moment it looks like Trey Lance might be backup man and Cooper Rush is in line behind him. I hope so. And that's another weird roster thing. Trey Lance had to be your backup this year. You traded a 4th-round pick for him. He had to be your backup this year. He's making a bunch of money this year too. Or at least considerably more than Cooper Rush. And you don't need 3 quarterbacks. You could have used the over $2 million that Cooper Rush makes and given it to Jonathan Hankins, especially since Trey Lance was going to be your backup anyway. Why didn't you do that? I don't know. But yeah, if Trey Lance doesn't end up being at least the backup quarterback, you just gave away a 4th-round pick for fun because he's a free agent after this season. Ryan, any chance we dance with Lance and cut Deuce loose next year? But did you mean Deuce, like Vaughn? Also, if we draft a quarterback next year, who? LOL. I don't know. Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, they could dance with Lance after this season. It's possible. I mean, he'll be a guy with no track record whatsoever that hits free agency, so it's not like it would be challenging to bring him back and sign him and hand him the keys. NFL Live is awesome, so not all ESPN is bad. That is true. They do have some good things. Go Mavs from Mick. Agreed. That'll be go team go. If Sanders is the QB next year, I'm done with this team. Why? I was just picking a random college guy. I don't know. Jeff, you're assuming that Dak is willing to negotiate right now. Well, sure. Yeah, he is. They've already said that they've communicated. They have negotiated. They are negotiating. Waiting until next year's cap is set is not smart. You're just letting more quarterbacks sign. The market never goes backwards. You're just going to pay more next year than you are right now. And that's fine. But anywho, happy OTA day. It was a day where we actually have Cowboy things going on, and that's nice. Tomorrow, we will Be talking to Brian Broadus Thursdays, every Thursday. And we keep it moving. Jeff, what do you think their record is going to be? 10-7 or 11-6. Worse team than last year, but you still have a really good quarterback, CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. So if they can block it all, they'll still win 10 or 11, maybe even 12. All right. Peace out, everybody. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through. Be cool to everyone. I love you. Be easy. I can't find my end button. There